people to arrive. Okay, so WiC Ancient Lakes, I don't like the new version of the map, I'll be the first one to admit to that. It's basically like a Mediterranean, except you don't have any crossings or any way of sneaking across, which makes it just boring. More boring. And it is going to be a full water map. Landings are possible. I have seen landings work, but that's mainly been higher level teams versus lower level teams. I haven't actually seen it on an extremely high level versus high level team before, or a relatively high level team versus high level team. Let's have a look at the teams, I guess, since we are getting different players. We have Tokiwa playing in purple as Vikings, Chocobo playing in blue as is Huns. Always like to choose Huns Chocobo every single time. Dodonpa playing in grey as Japanese, and Escape playing in orange as Mongols. On the other side, we have Marumba in teal playing as Vikings. Is Marumba really strong on water? Why is he the Viking player? Skrath playing in red as Mongols, Magnata playing in green as Huns, and McL playing in yellow as Mayans. So, the difference between the teams is Dodonpa in grey is Japanese, and we have McL playing as Mayans. Mayans is an interesting pick on this map. This is very much a full water map, so if he wants to go for Mayans, that would suggest to me maybe landing. That's pretty much the only reason why you would go for Mayans, or maybe have they not realized that Ancient Lakes version 3 is a little different, perhaps? I'm not sure why Mayans. McL over Marumba over FLA. Okay. Malombo. Malombo? Yes, who is the chick doing commentary? That would be me. But yeah. I suppose you could call it my Twitch name is up in the title, casted by Nonsensical, so I'm also a mod on the channel, so if you look up the mod list, you can find me as well. Also known as Helene, or as a lot of the Argentinian FDPs like to call me, Helena. You know. Chink, funny, disregard, funny. Not very funny at all. Okay, so Dodonpa bringing in his firstborn now. I mean, it's not going to be too exciting for the first few minutes. As you would expect on a water map, we're going to just see really standard water map builds, probably. Tokiwa didn't go 5 on wood. I guess he's getting loom first, and then he'll go 5 on wood. Oh, he's gone 5 on wood now. Okay, interesting build from Tokiwa there. It looks like Chocobo getting ready to dock. The dock already up for Dodonpa. The dock going up for Escape now as well. Dock for Skrath is going to be a dock for McL. Going to be a dock for Marumba. And a dock for Magnata. Everyone docking as expected. Brazilians as well. But that was mainly referring to Juan. But since you feel unincluded puts, I guess I will include you in that as well. Juan is the one who calls me that the most. Go away, disregard. Yes, hi Django. So, just fishing ships into a fast rush, most likely. I've seen some players pull off something a little different on this map. It is possible to go for something like a bigger boom in the middle, and if no one's expecting it, you can go for extra fishing ships. There's been an interesting double dock Hun strat that Squeak did one time or two times. He managed to get away with it, and it made him really strong on water later on because he had such a strong economy. And for some reason, no one actually went for his fishing ships. Do I want a co-caster? Only if the co-caster is an expert, Flu. Are you an expert, Flu? That is the question. Are you an expert? Kappa Kappa. Okay, everyone's populations look like the queue was a little behind, so was Skrath actually, so fairly even in the end. Scrath being Mongols though, so he should not be behind. Escape is already on the way to Feudal Age. Very fast Feudal Age. Now Chocobo clicking up as well. But Civ is Escape, he is Mongol, so you can go for the earlier Feudal Age with that hunt speed bonus. Obviously you get food income faster from hunt, so you can click up to Feudal Age earlier, and that means the more powerful Grush coming out from Escape. He should be able to do a lot of damage. The other is he is up against Scrath, who is also Mongols, but Scrath's gone for quite a later Imperial Age, so Feudal Age rather. Scrath is going to be about 30 seconds later, and 30 seconds can make a difference on this map. So let's see how much Escape can make of this. In the meantime, Tokiwa up against Magnata, having a look at that. Tokiwa is on the way to Feudal Age, and Magnata is also on the way to Feudal Age, not too far behind Tokiwa. Extra docks being dropped now by all the players. On PoJ's side of things, it does not look like we're seeing extra docks from the MCL team. Everyone on MCL up. Maromba's on the way up. McL on the way up. Dumpa Magnata. Everyone in the game is on the way up to Feudal Age now. It's an emote, by the way. Everybody get to the Kappa, I agree! The more Kappa in this chat, the better it is. I do love myself a little bit of Kappa. But really, guys, let's take it to a vote. Who wants Influenza co-casting? Say yes, or 1. If you don't want him, say no, or 2. And we'll just have a look at whether we see more 1s or 2s. Oh, Flu, shots fired there against Ra. Chasing the AoE streams, yes, that's right. McL now with his 3rd dock going down as mines, 3rd dock for Maromba, and 3rd dock for Magnata. On the other side, it looks like Scrath already starting to lose a few fishing ships with that first early galley from Escape coming in. 2nd galley already also coming in for Escape. He needs to send more though. He does have his 3rd dock up and running, going to do a bit of a runner there, and well, now he's got to run back to his docks for a bit until he gets more galleys. Unfortunately, not able to make the most of that earlier Feudal Age. It looks like we're going to see Maromba head straight for the docks of Chocobo. Chocobo on the other side teaming up with Tokiwa, and he might lose his fishing ships for this, so Chocobo got to be careful. 1 fishing ship already has been found by Maromba, but he does have 2 galleys of his own back at home that he can use to defend, and he's going to bring them in. But 1 fishing ship going down already for the Hun player Chocobo, and Maromba's just going to try and go for more, but now too many galleys back at home there from Chocobo rather. Magnata though getting double teamed, gonna try and just pick off those fishing ships from Tokiwa, will not be successful. It looks like we're also gonna get the Dompa coming in and helping out Escape as well. McL not helping out his, for some reason, McL in Feudal Age, but is, oh, he's there, okay, so he just doesn't have too much. And it looks like the Dompa and Escape just have too much, and they're gonna force Scrath away from his own docks. In the meantime, it looks like Chocobo and Tokiwa going to continue chasing down Maromba. Maromba and now Magnata now working together, joining up their forces. It looks like it's going to be kind of hard to call. There's more micro going on for MCL, but the PoJ guys aren't actually... I'm surprised. They're not actually microing down galleys, rather. They're just microing to avoid taking shots and damage. And Dodonpa also bringing in more galleys now. Got to be careful though, running right into the galleys of McL and taking quite a bit of damage without actually dealing any himself. But he has changed his gather point to the docks of Tokiwa, and now McL and Scrath not fighting together. That's just too much from Escape and Dodonpa for McL to fight off himself. And McL saying he should just GB. Now Tokiwa and Chocobo continuing to pressure Magnata, going to try and trap him in. Where is Maromba? Maromba is out of position right now. Looks like it is lagging a bit. Yeah, Maromba's coming in through the back now, but these galleys from Magnata are going to get trapped by Chocobo and by Tokiwa. So that's going to be another dead few galleys there for Magnata, and Maromba maybe should head straight for Chocobo's fishing ships. That is exactly what he's doing. Chocobo's going to lose a galley for this, but it's worth it because they're going to clean up Magnata, and Chocobo's going to head home to defend his fishing ships now. Wants to move them away maybe towards it. Yeah, he's going to run away with his fishing ships, and all Maromba will find is a few docks. And they're going to run into Magnata again while they're at it, so... Not going too well for MCL so far. In terms of populations, we see Chocobo and Maromba looking on the highest population. Once again, McL not fighting with Scrath, and it looks like Dodonpa will be coming in now as well. Gonna have a quick look at resources while we take a break from the fight. Escape and McL, well, the food count doesn't look too bad. A lot of gold for Dodonpa, so looks like just Escape and McL maybe considering going up to Castle Age eventually. Otherwise, everyone else is fully investing in this feudal age galley warfare. 2v2 here on both sides. It looks like Dodonpa and Escape should be able to win, but every single time Scrath wants to GB and McL is not GBing, or the vice versa basically. It's only one player going back and the other player is not. Now Toki will also bring in the rest of his galleys. They will win this if he brings in all of his galleys at the right time, and he will, and this Maromba's got to run. They can't fight this. There's too much there from Tokiwa. Just way too much from Tokiwa. Chocobo should be maybe considering adding in, nope, he's going 4 docks. 4 docks for the Hun player. Oh, nice pick there by Maromba. Nice bit of micro. 4 docks as well for Maromba. 4 docks from Magnata. 4 docks from Tokiwa. So everyone is pretty even in terms of numbers of docks, but that's a bad fight that Maromba just took there. He lost 2 or 3 galleys there for nothing. Up against 2 armies there with Magnata not fighting. Looks like on the other side it's actually quite even. Dodonpa not having that much, and it looks like Scrath and McL having a decent number of galleys. So really, the only person falling behind right now is Magnata. He was under a lot of pressure from 2 players early on, and that's probably why he's struggling so much now. Still staying on 3 docks for Scrath, the Mongol player, 4 docks already for Escape, the other Mongol player, and it looks like McL he doesn't have enough. He's got 4 docks now as well, but he doesn't have the galley numbers. He just lost so much there, and it looks like it is also 4 docks for Dodonpa. So Scrath, the only player in the game going for 3 docks compared to the 4 docks, and a good night. What's wrong? But she sleep. I don't know what's going on with the chat. I don't know. Okay, so now we're gonna see Chocobo and Tokiwa retreat. Chocobo about to click up to Castle Age, and it looks like Tokiwa soon to click up to Castle Age. We're gonna see Escape shortly as well, and Dodonpa on MCL team. No one near clicking up to Castle Age. Maromba probably being the closest. Another bit of a fight going out down on the south as well as in the north, but it's just Maromba versus 2 once again. Magnata once again not fighting with his teammate. Not that he has much, but they need to join their forces and fight in the same place, like what Scrath and McL are doing towards the bottom of the map. What's going on? Let's chat. I can't keep up. Too many galley wars. Too many galley wars, guys. Okay, so, Tokiwa on the way to Castle. We see McL about to click up. Escape on the way to Castle. Dodonpa on the way to Castle. And Chocobo already almost halfway up to Castle Age as well. And they're heading straight for the docks now of the MCL team. No, yes, no, mem, just... GG, blah blah blah, sleep. Okay. Well, it does look like Magnata and Maromba now trying to take down the docks of Chocobo, but both Tokiwa and Chocobo are going to be in position to defend his docks. On the other side, Dodonpa going to pick off the fishing ships of McL along with Escape, and they will get all the fishing ships there. Looks like Tokiwa already lost his fishing ships, and Scrath also going to do the same to Dodonpa. So everyone really just trying to pick off fishing ships, and now Dodonpa running away now. Okay, so Escape also gonna run away. Escape rather, not Tokiwa, I meant. But now Chocobo in Castle Age, and they can force the issue. He will have that War Galley upgrade coming shortly, and we'll also see the other PoJ players hit Castle Age very soon as well. Things are not looking good for MCL at all. They're not winning right now. Ooh, 3, nope, 2. Oh, Magnata running right into Tokiwa. Tokiwa now up to Castle Age as well. Dodonpa and Escape also coming in. This is a massive galley war right now, and I think MCL's not winning this. They have 3 players compared to the 4 players here. Only Scrath only coming in now, and Chocobo's already got the War Galley upgrade. Plus Bodkin. This is such a bad fight for them to be taking. Scrath needs to GB now. It's not worth fighting. Tokiwa's going to have the War Galley upgrade soon as well. It's going to be 2 War Galley navies up against 4 galley navies. Maromba now in Castle Age. He needs to wait. He has a lot of galleys, but he needs to keep them alive. Now Tokiwa also in having the War Galleys, and it's going to be Chocobo and Tokiwa able to take on most of these units from the MCL team. Now we see Escape also with War Galleys, so 3 War Galley navies now on the team of PoJ, and Maromba, just as he's hit Castle Age before he's able to get the War Galley upgrade, losing so many of his galleys to these War Galleys coming in from PoJ. And they're targeting him down, knowing that he's going to have War Galley soon, and that right now he's at his weakest. They're actually trapping him in with all those War Galleys, and Maromba finally with the War Galley upgrade, but he's lost so much already. And even, well, McL also having the War Galley upgrade now, so that's nice. Dodonpa as well with the War Galley upgrade. Everyone on PoJ having War Galley. We see Scrath and Magnata still in Feudal Age. They can't fight this. They're going to lose water. They need to do something else right now. They need to make other plans. Maybe a landing or something, because this is not going to work out. Getting trapped in between all of those War Galleys now, losing everything for MCL. This is just so painful to watch. Oh my god, this is destruction. This is just absolute destruction. Scrath managing to get away with most of his galleys though, but what's he gonna do? He's still in Feudal Age. And he's just gonna get trapped in now because he's heading south and there's nowhere to go. Scrath, there's nowhere to go. Other than more War Galleys. There will be War Galleys and War Galleys everywhere surrounding you. Oh, poor Scrath. Magnata managing to stay alive. It looks like Maromba as well with quite a few War Galleys up towards the top of the map, but they got decimated down towards the bottom of the map. Magnata finally Castle Age, but so what? Scrath's not Castle Age. He's going to lose his entire Feudal Age Galley Navy, and I feel bad for them. Chocobo now with second TC up and running. It looks like single TC, 2 TCs actually also for Dodonpa. It's going to be single TC, second TC going up for Escape, second TC already up, and third TC already for Tokiwa, under a bit of pressure from Maromba up towards the top of the map, while his teammates were cleaning up the rest of MCL's navy, and now they can all head towards the north and start taking out the remainder of MCL's navy, with the 4 navies heading that way. The rest of them just going to clear up some of the navy there from MCL, but the score difference now is increasing 3,500 to 2,800. Now we also see Magnata with War Galleys, so that's nice, but we're going to see Dodonpa, Chocobo, as well as Tokiwa all coming in towards the north. They don't quite have enough though, they're going to be careful. Tokiwa's losing his War Galleys as they patrol in. I'm going to pick off the galleys of Maromba as they come out from his docks as well. And it looks like Escape on his own now to fight up against McL, who's actually doing relatively well, but second TC up and running for McL, single TC for Scrath, 2 TCs for Maromba, so not as big of a boom as his counterpart Tokiwa, who has a 3rd TC up and running already. Another big fight about to happen up towards the north, and MCL once again going to get trapped in between the War Galleys of Tokiwa, as well as the War Galleys coming in from the back from Dodonpa as well as Chocobo, but Tokiwa's going to get killed here. He's going to have to run. He needs to wait for Chocobo and Dodonpa to move in towards the north. It looks like Dodonpa now going to come back and try and help out Escape a little, Escape being double teamed down towards the south of the map, and it just looks like Magnata and Maromba have too much here for Tokiwa to handle on his own. He really needs them to push forward here. Does anyone have careening, by the way? Okay, Escape losing quite a lot of his war galleys here to the two navies of the MCL players. But now it looks like Maromba and Magnata are about to get trapped in. Gonna be a big fight going on. Tokiwa also bringing in his galleys, and I think PoJ's got this one. They have reinforcements coming in. I think they have the larger navy as well. 3 players there with the Dodonpa also joining in to help out, and that's going to be the end of Maromba and Magnata's navies. Hello, guys. Niru, however you say your name. I don't know how you say your name. But yep, GG on this side. Not quite GG the game, of course, but GG your navies. And it looks like Escape is just gonna try and stay alive, gonna boom a little. Having his 3rd TC now going up as well. And 3 TCs also up and running for Dodonpa now. So all of the PoJ players booming up quite nicely. But it does not look like the same can be said for the MCL team. Looks like a Magnata with the 3 TCs and the 3rd TC going up for Maromba now as well as taking some stone. 3 TCs for the Mayan player McL, but I think late Imperial Age water, the civs for the Japanese team are better. Just because for some reason the MCL team decided to go for Mayans. Unless they're landing, I just don't understand why they wanted Mayans on their team. Is a landing possible on this map? It's very difficult. As you can see, we'll see players drop houses and things like that on the edge of the map. Bit of a wall coming up from Tokiwa, expecting the landing. You can see Escape's actually dropped a dock as well as house walls. He's got his scout patrolling down towards there as well, just to make sure no landing happens. But they have, as long as they have water control, they will have control of the middle area, which makes a landing too risky. And another issue is I think PoJ got more out of the fish on the map. If you look at the fish on the map, it's basically been eaten on the PoJ side of the map, whereas the fish on MCL's side of the map is not being taken completely. And now Chocobo and Dodonpa also moving in and going to start taking down that Navy army from McL. Tokiwa also coming in from the back, and Escape gonna sandwich the rest of them in at the same time. So it's going to be McL and Scrathia gonna get caught out on the way to Imperial Age, and now Imperial Age rather for Chocobo. I just don't know what they're supposed to do now. They're still taking down the docks of Dodonpa, but you're about to get sandwiched in. Just look at this movement across the map from PoJ. They're sandwiching in all of these navies, coming in from all angles. There's nowhere to go for MCL. You can't go up, you can't go down. You're trapped in between the docks and all these galleys. I mean, you have no choice but to fight, and you're gonna lose everything if you fight because it's 2 versus 4. And now McL and Scrath going to get cleaned up as well. There's nothing they can do to stop this. It's another good fight for PoJ. Another terrible fight for MCL. Better than Mongols? But Mongols... No, I like Mongols because you can go for the early pressure in Feudal. You can go up to Feudal Age so early. And on a full water map where you're not too far apart, I think Mongols is worth it. Also, later game, I don't know, I'd prefer Mongols for a landing. I don't think it's necessary to have Mongols and Mayans. Why? The difference was Japanese and Mayans anyway. It wasn't a difference of Mongols and Mayans. They chose Mongols as well. And so that's not what the problem is, Flu. The team that wins water, yeah, pretty much in most cases, the team that wins water will win this game. On this map at least, which is why I don't like the latest version of the map. Okay, so now PoJ with complete water domination. Maromba trying to click up, Tokiwa on the way up. McL nowhere near going up, Escape not clicking up yet. Dodonpa about to click up to Imperial Age, and Magnata on the way to Imperial Age as well. So it's going to be 1 player versus 2 players, well, eventually 2 versus 3 players in Imperial Age, with MCL still being quite far behind. And now you can see Chocobo's actually landed on the island of the other team, the MCL team, and as Huns will be going for those paladins. And it looks like Maromba has scouted this out, throwing down barracks desperately. But scale barding armor, husbandry, and no cavalier upgrade yet. Interesting by Chocobo. I don't know what he's going for, and he will not be going for the galleon upgrade, despite the fact that he has quite a few war galleys. I guess it's not worth the resources for him. Tokiwa now also on the way to Imperial Age. By the way, water control means that you can land. Tokiwa, being the Viking player, will be going for water, keeping water control. Magnata also dropping a forward castle now, and Chocobo releasing his knights now from the stable. Still has 6 knights in one stable, does not have... There we go, there's the Cavalier upgrade being researched, and a chain barding armor. Dodonba actually now slinging Chocobo for a more effective knight slash Cavalier slash Paladin rush on the other side. And in the meantime, it looks like market's going up for escape. Pretty nice trade on this map for all the players. Interesting that the Dodonba of all players would be slinging the Japanese player. I guess they figure that Tokiwa was more useful on the water in Imperial Age, with the galleon upgrade now complete, as well as Bracer. Yeah, Pocket Civ, but the point still stands, Flu. The difference in Civ picks is Japanese versus Mayans, not Mongols versus Mayans. Both teams have Mongols, so it's irrelevant whether we're talking about whether Mayans is better or Mongols is better, because that's not the difference. And chemistry now complete for Tokiwa as well, and it looks like Cavalier now complete for Chocobo as well. +4 armor, no doubt, on the way as for him, and he's dropping a forward castle. Now we see Dodonba reach Imperial Age. Maromba is in Imperial Age, making Viking pikemen. But water control belongs to PoJ, with Tokiwa just spreading out a few galleons across the shoreline to make sure Magnata doesn't do anything funny, and taking down the docks of McL while he is at it. Looks like Escape now attacking the shoreline of Scrath. No doubt will be preparing a landing soon, taking a lot of stone. And there we go, there's the transport ship landing across, getting ready for those Mangadai on the other island. So the point is, my point is Mayans versus Japanese on this map. I still think Japanese is better earlier on, and you don't need 3 landing civs. If you have Mongols and you have Huns, I think it's just unnecessary to go for Mayans on top of it all, when you can go for a civilization, say, like Japanese or Saracens. I actually like Saracens on this map, but it's not necessarily a full water map once you get to Imperial Age, which is why I understand the decision to go for Japanese over Saracens. Looks like McL now trying to drop a castle forward, but he's not going to get that castle up. Dodonba also with galleons denying a castle on the shoreline from Scrath. And where is that landing coming in from the Mongol player? Escape? Where did his transport go? I don't know where it went. I don't see it. Maybe it got taken down? Sure. Well, the castle is now up for McL, so Tokiwa's gonna have to run away from there. It looks like Escape. His transport ship disappeared. Okay, there it is. Finally landing on the other side, so they're going to be taking down Magnata and Maromba first. We'll be joining his teammate Chocobo, who does have the +4 armor and +1 attack. You criticize the Civ choices of both teams. Japs, Viks, Huns, Mayans. I wouldn't disagree with that, but in general, Mongols is a much more common pick. I wouldn't mind seeing that particular Civ choice, but since we're getting Mongols for both of them, I just like the Civ picks for the PoJ team a little more than the MCL team. I don't understand why you would go for Mayans and Mongols. It doesn't make sense to me. They pretty much fulfill the same role, with maybe Mongols being a little better early on water if you get the flag position in particular. Tokiwa now with elite cannon galleons as well in the shoreline should be able to take down those traps if he's paying attention, but he's not, so will not be taking down the traps. And PoJ just... I don't know, it looks like the Paladins are heading straight for the economies of McL and Scrath right now. Scrath now trying to drop castles as well, but the castle from Chocobo has finally gone down a little late with those cannon galleons from Tokiwa. Was not able to take down those trebuchets, but is also trebbing down all of the buildings on the shoreline now from the MCL team. And McL now starting to lose economy, and the GG's being called by Maromba now. There's just no way they can stop it. They're losing on land. It's just a matter of time. They're not going to win on water either. And actually, Sneaky Castle's in the corner from escape. So, GG, well played. Gonna have a quick look at achievements. Okay, so Tokiwa MVP, pretty much expected on a water map, Vikings being MVP, Maromba same thing. Chocobo did really well as well this game. I think the teamwork from the PoJ team was just really, really nice. They were fighting together all the time. They managed to trap in all of those feudal age galleys from the MCL team and took such a big advantage then. It was a little even down towards the south of the map between Dodonpa plus Escape versus McL and Scrath up until that point, but they just took control after that and then went and wiped out Magnata and Maromba after, well, once they had cleared up all the feudal age galleys as well. Let's have a quick look. So Chocobo receiving some sling to make those paladins come out a little faster, earliest Imperial Age, so nice boom for PoJ as well after taking water control. Bit of relic gold for escape, very nice, and we'll quickly change the score and get into game 3, which will be WiC map pack. Set civs, MCL will be choosing civilizations. I bet we're going to see them take Franks, Vikings, Mongols, and Celt, and leave the Persians, Spanish, Aztecs, and Koreans for PoJ. Just because there are so many water maps in the WiC map pack, it's a nice advantage to have Vikings. And Mongols are very strong late game as well. I know the civs were chosen to balance each other out a little, but I still prefer the first lot compared to the second lot.